I'm Tonia, and you are listening to Human and Holy. Today's episode is a recording of the most glorious evening that we had in LA. First ever Human and Holy Women's Open Mic Night, with the theme being I Am a Jew. It was such a special evening of sharing, of connecting, of women being vulnerable, sharing their talents, their voices, their writing, and it was just like absolutely magnificent. If you're just listening to this episode, I highly recommend heading over to YouTube so you can see this in all its glory, really see and witness the women who shared so beautifully from the deepest parts of themselves and to feel the energy that was within that room. This evening was so beyond special, and I'm honored to share it with you today.
My soul already has a voice. I just peel away the external noise. Klipa is anything that obscures its own essence, denies the truth of its own life source. Like a child, embarrassed of her own mother, who shudders at the thought of her womb. There is a valve that runs through our bodies, flushes out the sewage that gets stuck in our throats. What is broken you in this world? What keeps you from unfolding? Your soul already has a voice. Will you clear her throat? Will you cut through the noise? All of us are gathered here tonight for a very special overnight night, which I'm so delighted to be having, and I'm so excited to hear from our incredible presenters tonight. All of us do already have that inner voice, and I think that as children we have that unself-consciousness, that willingness to be who we are, to speak our minds, to sing out loud, to rhyme things, and just to have fun and play. And then as time goes on into adulthood, sometimes we lose that inner voice, and that we break something and we become a little more self-conscious, or a little more afraid, or well, who wants to hear me, or whatever it is. What I love about an open mic night is that it's an opportunity to share the stage, both with people who are familiar and comfortable getting up and sharing, and people who might be sharing their writing or their voice for the first time. And we have both tonight. And I'm so honored and grateful to every single person who's sharing tonight, who's doing the brave and courageous thing of getting up here and sharing in front of the room, even though it's the most loving, amazing group of women. But it's still it takes courage to get up here and share. So I just want to thank you, and I'm so excited to be getting into it. And before we get into the open mic part of tonight, I just want to first thank the people who made tonight happen. We have a sponsor here, the co-founders, right, sitting over there, Sara Mayberg. Tonight is sponsored by Lecha, which is an LA-based brand. I'm sure many of you are familiar with both the clothing and the company and the people who started it. And something that Chaya, Sarah's co-founder, was sharing with me that I felt was so beautiful, because tonight's theme is I'm a Jew, and everything that we're going to be sharing tonight is related to that theme of what it means to be a Jew. Obviously, different tangents related to that, and I have a poem, a slam poem that I wrote just for tonight. It's going to come all the way at the end, and I'm so excited to share it. But she was talking about how in Egypt, the Jews kept three things, which was their language, their Jewish language, their Jewish names, and their clothing. And at first instinct, I know for myself growing up, I was always those are such superficial expressions of what it means to be a Jew. Language, names, clothing, I don't feel that encapsulates Jewish identity. And then recently, I think as we've been living in a different kind of climate where being a Jew externally feels you're really asserting something about yourself, a real assertion of your identity, your Jewish identity. It's an act of courage. It's a statement. Using a Jewish language when you're out in the park, saying a very overtly Jewish name when you're out in the park, dressing like a Jew, being out with my little boys, or looking overtly Jewish is something that feels really significant. And to me, it's the self-expression of being a Jew that is so powerful, which is what we're doing tonight, which is what Lecha does by dressing people modestly. And it's very connected to I am a Jew. I am a Jew, and I dress like a Jew. I speak like a Jew. I move through the world like a Jew. My name is Jewish, and all. It's just a very powerful thing. Tonight is also co-sponsored by an anonymous sponsor, lovingly in honor of our dear friend Penina, for her refuah shlema. Penina Sara Basketel Mendel. Penina has been in this room talking about how meditation helps her get in touch with her own neshama's voice and connect it to Hashem. And Penina, we love you and send you strength to heal. And I'm excited to have Tonia up here another time to share about this as well. Our first presenter of tonight, drum roll please, everyone. Menucha Belkin.
Never shared out loud, but I have shared writing, so we're gonna go for it. This is about Hadassah de Boonya. Now we are here, feasting on history, famished for foods that can soothe our souls. Destitution so rich, you can taste the sacrifice of ancestors and the bread they ate. We talk of that land in the strange tongue we have now learned to speak. We talk of dreams together, tonight, next year. We were foreigners then, shackled and shaking. But we are here now. Are we ready? Are we willing? Let all who are hungry come to eat, the hope of a people in waiting. Let all who are broken come to partake in the present, a future in making. The face of freedom looks a lot like this. We are here, we are here, we are here. This is the bread. This one is not based on anything Jewish, but it was probably one of the most Jewish experiences I've ever had. And it was while floating on my back in the Mediterranean. I met him in the sea, in the middle of the earth, where men and women come to shed their human weight and float away on waves that turn worry to wisdom, where sorrows turn to salt, and loneliness meets vastness, making even that seem small. I met him on my back, in the mist upon my face. He echoed in my heart and slapped me on the cheek and whispered in my ear, "Why do you think tears taste just like the sea?" Up next, Hadassah. So in poetry, we often give metaphor for life. But tonight I want to maybe think about perhaps life itself is a metaphor. What if we live inside a metaphor for some unknowable truth, conceived in the mind of the grand teacher of the universe? I stop on a Monday morning to tune in to the grating sound of my toddler whining, to the sour smell of last night's dinner, the glimmer of sun through my kitchen window, the smoothness of my baby's skin, the anxious beating of my heart as I anticipate the dreaded phone call. Squeezed inside the Menucha of my human experience is the secret of existence. Do I sit in the front row of God's classroom, hanging on to every word? Do I listen out for the nuance in each character, searching for the message behind the plot? Do I sit after class and question, ponder, rip apart each word, until one day I start to see what my teacher saw when he told my story? And every moment of my life no longer has meaning outside the truth is here to tell. Do I sit in the middle row, pulled into the drama of the plotline, enamored by the master storyteller in front of the room? I know this is a parable for something, but I don't know what. Or am I the girl in the back row, feet on my desk, staring out the window, distracted by the charming appearance of a side character? She takes on a life of her own inside my imagination. I interrupt my daydream to ask, what color were the girl's shoes? 6 years ago when I was waiting to fall pregnant with my first child. Week 1. Deep, dark, and ugly, I recoil from the sight. Throat gag, stomach drop, I break out in a sweat. A spark of life slips away. I watch it slowly drain. It leaves my body weak and bruised, a tiny taste of death. Week 2. Pure white linen comfort me, they wipe away the gory mess. I'm cleansed, restored, my strength returns. Counting day by day, preparing for rebirth. Week 3. Waters sparkle crystal clear, my head submerged inside. An infinite embracing sea that holds the key to life. Trembling, I emerge, more than water with my eyes. Overwhelmed, I catch my breath and encounter with the divine. Week 4.
A spectrum of possibility, the endless vast unknown. Fantasies of motherhood, blissfully they float. Staring at the test screens, a surge of hope comes through my veins. A faded line appears in one. The second one remains. Empty as my fallen heart, I sigh and start again. Rivkala Zavdi. Hi guys. Hi. As a kid, I recognized that my identity transcends the external. I can embody the essence of Hashem, who is the divine flow of energy in all creation. I cannot lack something if I am the entity itself. If I embody Hashem energy, essentially I am a walking, talking piece of Borei Olam himself. When I allow myself to effortlessly be, to simply exist in my true nature, it is here that I can embrace self-love so fiercely, creating an inner temple where Hashem can dwell. This sacred space within me becomes a vessel of divine light, radiating outwards and inviting others to recognize their own hidden light.
Yes, girl.
I embrace what's already innately great about me, and those are my obvious tools to bring Hashem's light into the world. Don't be so bashful about your greatness from Hashem. It's your God-given talents. I'm not seeking something outside of myself. Rather, I'm returning to the core of who I am and connecting with my true destiny. When you choose you, the universe starts to choose you back. Opportunity dances with those already on the dance floor. The right doors won't open for you until you're the version of yourself that's supposed to walk through them. Be so deep in alignment with your intentions and goals that your dreams start to chase you.
Ooh. Yes, girl. Tell them.
Hashem will reveal himself when you seek him and tune into the small things. I encourage each person to uncover and celebrate their unique gifts. When you choose to honor your true self, the universe responds. Opportunities begin to unfold, as if they're waiting for you all along. You must step into the version of yourself that's ready to embrace those opportunities. In this journey, I reflect on life's contrast of going from a lost puppy cowering in the corner when someone tries to love them to emerging from the ashes like a phoenix flying against the wind. A story of operating from a place of fear and insecurity to one of empowerment and resilience. I now can find strength in vulnerability, finding softness in the harshness, and embodying both gentleness and fierce determination. Simultaneously in my softness and most ruthless era, I choose to go all in on myself, recognizing that the opposite of victimhood is the power of creation.
Nice.
Co-creating my life with Hashem is about embracing my main character energy.
Yes, girl.
And I understand that my story is uniquely tailored to me. It's a narrative filled with purpose, growth, and holy connections. So I ask you, what's your story? How can you weave your own true essence into the world, illuminating not just your path, but also guiding others towards their own inner light? I invite you to reveal the hidden inner light that's within you, in order to reveal, to celebrate, and to manifest the greatness that resides within each one of you.
I'm not a songwriter. I'm not a singer at all.
She was a songwriter.
I'm a songwriter, and unfortunately, the way that you sing songs is they're singing. So you'll have to bear with me. It's not that bad. I just, to just tie it into the theme, I think that a big part of being a Jew is sort of like wrestling between seeing everything that's going on around us with the klal, like everyone, and like feeling for everyone and feeling everyone's pain and feeling everyone's joy and everyone's experience. And then also balancing that with our own needs and our own wants, and they can sometimes seem small or insignificant in the face of what's going on with everyone because we're so connected. And so just exploring that. This tiny mind of mine looks out at the world and sees the pain and hears the cries of the broken boys and girls. And in this long and darkening night, I ask for my small space, even though I have no right. And it's really not my place, begging you, be good to me. I don't deserve it at all, but be good to me. I know I'm selfish and small, and if I could heal the world, I would. But you, I know that you could, so be good to me. Be good to me. This tired mind of mine looks out at the world and sees the pain, it hears the cries of the broken boys and girls. And in this world of starless nights, I just can't seem to see why you would hurt somebody else and still be good to me. Still I pray, be good to me. I don't deserve it at all, but be good to me. I know I'm selfish and small, and if I could heal the world, I would. But you, I know that you could, so be good to me. Be good to me.
I've never shared publicly anything I've written. You can hear my heartbeat. I hear it in my ears. So, tightness, constriction in my throat, in my chest, and in my belly. Squeezing me so tight. I want to move out of it. It's too much. Breathe. God blew his strong breath into me. Neshima. Like a most beloved child, cherished just for being, like a sparkly, multifaceted diamond. It's so hard, heavy, and overwhelming at times. Instinctually, I move to work, to do, to fix, to numb the external validation powers and utterly exhausts. And then it becomes too much. An invitation for something new arrives. I don't have to do anything with the overwhelming pain, but notice it, feel it, move with it, loosen the grip. Drop the weights, they're heavy. Oh, so heavy. I've carried them for so far and so long. I wasn't meant to carry them alone, or maybe even at all. I look up. I'm in the canal, and it feels hard and dark and suffocating. And the way to the other side, to the light, is to relax into it, feel it, and let him carry me. Let go and let God. I don't have a timeline or a GPS. It's a lot to take in, and I feel the resistance. And then I remember that God has the master plan. He knows exactly what I need, and the timeline to allow it to unfold. To lead me into this mission, can I soften into his embrace and allow him to move me through the canal? Can I feel the darkness and trust the process? Lean in, contract, expand. There's light ahead, and it's also within. As I soften and slow, it begins to illuminate, and the light moves towards the light like a magnet, wanting to reconnect and shine. The light, love that can be revealed after I move through this portal of pain. It's not blocking the way. It is the way. Notice it, breathe it, feel it, dance, pray, rest, and allow it to move. Surrender and trust it to take me exactly where I need to go at just the right time, the divine time, for a rebirth as I shed another layer, exposing inner soft strength with joyful presence and channeling a new frequency of light and love. Riding the waves, staying grounded, energized with light and love. Close your eyes, stay present in midst of the storm. It will pass. Just wait. Be patient. Breathe. It will slow and then stop to make a way for growth and blossoming and living, to notice, feel, hear, touch. Gather your strength, unleash it, connect to it, own it, and harness it. For now, next time, it's always there. Just pause and feel it.
I didn't know it was just going to be a very limited amount of people. I thought totally everyone would be like, yes, I'm presenting. I'm like, how many people? 10? Okay. But then I also thought, like, wow, like on default, like I'm in. And then, like, this is brave. And I was just like, it's important to realize that, you know, the choices we make. Like, I just thought, like, yeah, everyone's going to be doing this. And then I turned out to be brave. So. Okay, so should I never did poetry. Do I first give an introduction? Or
No, just go straight into it and I'll play. It's a minute and a half long. Is that how long
Yeah.
is this?
So
Put it on the-
kind of like what Zisi, kind of like what she was saying, like also because everyone thinks Adele, they always make a joke like, yeah, do you sing? And like, it kind of all puts pressure on me. Like, I don't sing, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna add music to my poetry because I do love music. So,
Awesome.
life's a roller coaster full of hope. The buildup becomes greater, we cope. We reach the top, beauty we see, and happiness is felt. But as we descend, all those start to wilt. Oh, does it hurt to get to the bottom? To face the darkness, the pain, the sorrow unspoken, the turns, the curves, the upside down. Life's twists and surprises spins us around. Can there be a straight line, a steady ride, a calm design? But as a Jew, I learned to hold on tight, to never give up, no matter the fight. For I know that anything is possible with faith and might, and that every challenge has a higher purpose, shining bright. We cry, we laugh, we try. Somehow this roller coaster doesn't seem to stop. Can we get to our destination? I'm tired of this drop. So let's enjoy the high times, heal in the low times. Breathe the curves and hold on tight, and trust in Hashem, through the dark of night. In the wild ride, we grow and find our journey of flow through the highs and the grind. Through the descent, we ascend higher. It's Rida, it's our Chaliyah. We soar like a flame of fire. Through the darkness, we search for light, a guiding force that leads us through the night. And through the way, it may be bumpy and the ride is long, we'll find a way and sing a victorious song. And I used to think like, it's compared a lot, like infertility is compared to a roller coaster because that's what it is. There's no straight line. It's you put in your hope and hope for the best, and then you just there's always the success, but we're not there yet. But it really is like you put in all your faith, you put in all your hope, and like it's like almost there, and then you're not there, and then you just go back to the dumps and have to like pick yourself back up, and it's really just a whole roller coaster. But then I just thought, like, when I read this to my husband, he's like, yeah, the way you wrote it, it is very general, and through people being vulnerable, I realized that, like, yeah, like ours is kind of more evident for people that know us, but everyone's on their own roller coaster, and I think as a Jew, yeah, and I think as a Jew, we're really lucky because we have Hashem, we have Hasidus to keep us going, and I could just say, with what we're going through, to be Jewish is like, it's like, I can't even explain, but I know what's keeping us going, and doctors are saying, like, what are you doing? It's like that Jew inside of us that are saying, like, we don't give up. We believe in Hashem. We believe that anything is possible. And like, it's beyond science. So, yeah.
A larger crowd from up here. Okay, so I wrote this about a year ago, a little over a year ago, after I got back from Israel. I was there when the war started on October 7th, and I was struggling with something in my own life, and I felt it, like something like dawned on me, and I felt it so mirrored in the frustration that I had with what was going on in Israel, and something just like flowed out of me. And so when I saw this, the topic was I'm a Jew, I just felt like it connected beautifully, so that's what I'm doing. One of the hardest things to do in the world is to show up the way I want, regardless of how people around me are showing up. It's like the state of Israel. What would it look like if the state of Israel showed up in all her glory, her authenticity, her beauty, her power, her unity, her spirituality, her tradition, without looking to the nations for approval of who she is, without looking to the nations for validation or stepping back from her light to let the supposed powers dictate her next move? Why don't you want to shine your light, Israel? Because how will it be perceived? What will people say and think about me when I step into my power, shine my light, and protect my people without political webs of agreements and negotiations? How can I show up in my truth while creating a boundary when in contact with those not on my frequency, not in my alignment, even threatening to decimate me? I know it seems I hide my power and diminish my light until I'm threatened, and when I respond, I'm criticized, questioned, gaslighted, and blamed. So how will you step into your power, Israel, unapologetically, fully, and stand your ground while the rest of the world watches and reorients themselves to your showing up? How do I want to be in the world? Am I joy? Am I connection, love, compassion, understanding, decisiveness, strength, sensitivity, intuition? Yes. Yes, I am. When am I that? When it's safe? When I'm given permission? What would it look like to bring that truth into my life? When I'm unsure, I don't feel safe, I definitely don't want to be vulnerable. And somehow, showing my power, revealing my truth, is being vulnerable. It is. Because this is me, and if you don't like it or cannot resonate, that hits where it came from, the real me. So to show up in alignment with a felt sense of boundary, to be joy if I am joy, to speak up and be decisive if I have what to say, to be the me I am, wherever I am. I'm stepping into koach, power, softly, surely, affirming it for myself, and slowly, slowly, bringing it to the places where it is not easy. Because Israel can and should do that, and Israel is me, and I am Israel. So we can do it. We can both do it.
We can be who we are and face the darkness, not be dimmed, our light, our alignment, our truth. With God's help, the partnerships I choose, I wove, God wove, that seem too painful to maneuver. Can I be okay in them, even if I'm not met by them, by the world? But then, in all my power, I've met myself.
Ooh.
I just want to say that over the last couple of years, I've been doing things that are going way out of my comfort zone. and pushing myself to do the uncomfortable. So that's why I'm standing here. Okay. A few months ago, I started a phenomenal Tanya share in this very room. So, what is a Jew? I just felt like I should go back to the room and connect it. So, Perek Lamed Beis is the 32nd chapter of Tanya, and it's known as the heart of Tanya. It teaches us a timeless truth that we are all connected. Beneath the surface of our individual identities lies a single unified soul. Every Jew shares the same divine source, making us, in essence, one being. This understanding isn't just a lofty spiritual idea. It's something that we've felt deeply in recent months, or really over the last year. After the events of October 7th, this truth became personal. When we heard the devastating news, we didn't just see faces of strangers in need. We felt their pain as if it were our own. When a soldier was injured, we prayed for him by name. When Ariel Bibas turned 4 years old in captivity, we celebrated his birthday as if it was our own child. When Hirsch Goldberg Paulin's death was confirmed, we mourned him like a beloved family member. And the hostages, every single one of them, feel like a part of us. We carry their names in our hearts. We speak about them at our Shabbos tables, and we daven for them every single day. Though we may never have even met them, they feel like our siblings, they feel like our children, our parents. Why do we feel this way? Because we are not separate individuals. We're one soul. We're one family. We're all deeply intertwined. Just as the body feels the pain of one wounded limb, our collective soul feels the hurt of every Jew, no matter how far away. This unity isn't just an emotional response, it's our spiritual reality. In the aftermath of such unimaginable pain, something extraordinary happened. We all came together. Across the world, across the backgrounds, Jews reached out to one another. We prayed, we cried, we gave tzedakah, we performed mitzvahs in honor of those affected. It didn't matter if we were in Tel Aviv, if we were in New York, Paris, Sydney. We were united, not just in action, but in spirit. This is the message of the Tanya, that our souls are one. Our strength lies in our ability to see beyond external differences and connect with the divine essence within each of us. It's these moments of connection when we celebrate for a child we've never met or cry for someone we've never known that we reveal the truth of who we are, one people, bound together by the infinite light of our Creator. As we move forward, let's hold on to that unity. Let's continue to see each other not as individuals, but as a family. Let's support one another, pray for one another, and celebrate each other's joy as if they were our own. When we do this, we fulfill the ultimate purpose of creation, to bring light, love, and redemption into the world. May our unity and our love for one another serve as a source of healing, strength, and hope. And may we see a time when the unity leads to a world of peace and redemption for all.
Following what Devora said, this is a challenge for me. The different shades of Jewish strength. At the protests, you will see him, loud in the middle of the crowds, fearless, defiant, and courageous. If you ask him, he'll say, "It's because I'm a Jew." He wears a Magen David, waves the Israeli flag, and shouts Am Yisrael Chai. If you ask him, he'll say, "It's because I'm a Jew." He starts campaigns, posts on social media, and he's all over the news. If you ask him, he'll say, "It's because I'm a Jew." He raises money for the Chayalim, organizes barbecues, and arranges for suitcases to be delivered. If you ask him, he'll say, "It's because I'm a Jew." He organizes a trip to the Nova site and meets with the hostage families. He speaks with the press and all the important people. If you ask him, he'll say it's because I'm a Jew. Since October 7, he's been the embodiment of Jewish pride, bringing awareness, making a difference, and inspiring all those around him. She's a young girl, lost and confused. She searches for answers without asking questions. She's told that she's too sensitive. She doesn't understand, but she's hopeful. And if you ask her, she'll say it's because I believe in Hashem. She feels frozen inside while life rushes by her, running the motions, doing to please. Yet she wakes up each morning, each day, committed and devoted. And if you ask her, she'll say it's because I believe in Hashem. She's unaware of her feelings, internally disconnected. Yet she keeps learning and attends the classes. She behaves like a good girl and dresses modestly. If you ask her, she'll say it's because I believe in Hashem. She cries through many sleepless nights. She feels abandoned, like Hashem left her alone. Yet she opens up her siddur to speak, connect, and listen. And if you ask her, she'll say it's because I believe in Hashem. She reaches rock bottom and is forced to pick herself up. She begins learning about herself, her heart, and her voice. She feels a sparkle of light in the depths of her soul. And if you ask her, she'll say, it's because I believe in Hashem. She's honest and truthful to herself. She makes choices and feels empowered. The future is uncertain. She's afraid, yet she's a fighter and she marches forward. And if you ask her, she'll say, it's because I believe in Hashem. She holds space for her brokenness, bringing her closer to her essence. She's compassionate, patient, and forgiving. The pain, she knows it's part of the plan. If you ask her, she'll say, it's because I believe in Hashem. She uncovers the dark layers and reaches deeper into her soul. She wears her pride in her heart, with battles and victories of which no one will know. And if you ask her, she'll say, it's because I'm a Jew and I believe in Hashem.
I'm from tonight, but I've been too late. I'm here tonight in honor of my dearest friend, our sister, who's been in the hospital for over a month now, who needs miraculous recovery. And her name is Menucha Basmetal. So we see we're in the month of miracles, revealed miracles. I usually just sing for my daughter, so this is also me being brave. All right. And I don't have music. Like a last minute. Tzama Lecha Nafshi Kama Lecha B'sari Li'eretz Zion
I just want to thank two people who actually practically made this event happen. My dear friend, Rosie Gurevitch, who's here from Connecticut. Who's like a brilliant creative person and who I sent every single detail of tonight to, and who ordered a bunch of the things for tonight and was just like here and setting up and making it happen and making it all feel so fun. Like this was probably just like, it was like a play date with a friend. You know what I'm saying? And then Shaina Schmukler, who was another person on the play date. Who you probably know from the Grays LA. She makes the most stunning tables. And this here is Shaina's art installation, and you should go check it out in the corner. It is not just refreshments. Everything from the scroll to the placement of the books was Shaina's like pure creative vision. Like she looked at my messy bookshelves and she was like, it's gonna be a vineyard. And the books are gonna tell a story. And there's gonna be a scroll and there's gonna be candles. And she just like every single detail, the Judaica on the, like making the Judaica cool, just every single part of it was all like Shaina's creative genius and just like putting it together with like so much like fun and lightheartedness, and it was just such a joy. So thank you to you both for making tonight happen. And I'm going to end with this poem called What is a Jew? Who are you, Jew? Part text and part breath. Part just a kazayas. Part it's never enough. Celebrating ancient freedom while fetching about eternal anti-Semitism. Part Holy Land, part diaspora. Perfect pursuits and messy executions. Undecided interpretations of the letter of the law. We started with sacrificial offerings, made it to tuna in silver foil. We started with barefoot tribes. Now we're at tight-lipped institutions. Being a Jew is part poetry and part math. Tradition divided by the weight of your questions. 600,000 souls at Sinai, minus the 6 million that we lost. Female prophets in the Bible rebranded as modern feminism. Ancient disputes in the study hall, now going by the name heresy. We're more well-behaved than our own origin story, but we still know how to laugh. Avram smashed idols. We're protesting on Twitter. Devora sat under a tree and prophesied. Yet we're out here sourcing every word. Rivkala brought water for the camels. We're packing beef jerky for soldiers. Yitzchak was bound on the Akedah. We're waiting that last 5 minutes between meat and milk. Jew. Relentless tension between sacrifice and desire. New age ideas illuminated by sacred texts. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Post-traumatic growth. Living in a modern world. Living under oath. Jews look out for each other, which means we always make sure that the other one's getting it right. Because if we're talking about objective truth, we're gonna be uptight. Something about a shared soul, one collective flame, means endless debates invoking God's name. We're strangers and sisters, divergent and the same, bound by a living text that has space for every claim. Jew, all the wisdom is inside you, taught by an angel in your mother's womb. You are a light unto the nations, recipient of all its shadows, a cocktail of belief and heavy doubts. I am not a perfect Jew, but when I dream, it's of Jerusalem. And when I wrestle, it's with God. Like Jacob, I walk with a limp, and I'm still finding my way. What is a Jew? Part birth story, part lentil stew, a hopeless wanderer with deep, sturdy roots. Tzeischem Lecha l'shalom. Go in peace. You will always find your way home. Thank you for being here, for sharing with your heart, for like receiving everyone's hearts. The energy of this room is just like magnificent.
thank you for being a part of it and for creating it with us. We all created this together, and thank you so much.
Stay, drink wine, eat Shaina's art installation, whatever.
Thank you so much for listening, for watching, for being a part of the open mic night with us. If you loved it, do not forget to hit the subscribe button on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen, so you don't miss a single episode. New episodes of the podcast come out every single Sunday morning. You don't want to miss a single one. And if you loved it and have some feedback that you want to share with us for some of the particular guests, reach out to us at info@humanandholy.com. We love to hear from you, and we love to hear your follow-up thoughts. If you love the work that Human and Holy is doing and want to support us in bringing more of this into the world, reach out to us by email or visit our website, humanandholy.com/sponsor, where you can dedicate a specific episode, a specific project, or give in any amount to support the work that we're bringing into the world. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next week.
מחבר,